What it do, guys? Manjoume here. Today we'll be taking another look at the Sony SmartWatch 3. Since the unboxing, I've been using this thing pretty much daily, mostly for notifications and texting and some phone calls, such as when you're in the car and I have my phone hooked up to the speaker system in the car. I can just talk into this without having to hold anything or just straight up shout. I can just kind of talk into this. Pretty good. It works well. I haven't had any issues. People haven't said, "Oh, I can't hear you very well." That's a very good sign. As far as other notifications, they're good. I mean, if that kind of thing annoys you, this is definitely not something for you. As for the apps I have on here, I have music, which is the reason I got it, so I could have, music on the run without having to hold a phone or hold any kind of device. I don't like anything in my pockets when I run. And as for Skype, Google Plus, and other messaging services, this is just so you get a message and you can, I guess, answer back. Fit Challenge is an app along with Google Fit, only this one, you would wear the watch, obviously, and it would say do 5 push-ups, and you do the 5 push-ups while wearing the watch, and it'll count your push-ups as you're doing them, which is really cool. And the first day will be like 5, and the next day it'll go up. Have the agenda, which I have not personally used. The alarm, again, I haven't really used it. Amazon, I'll admit last time I couldn't believe that you would even have this on your watch. But the reason it's on the watch is because I have it on my phone. And many, if not, I can go ahead and say all apps that are compatible with the watch go onto the watch. We have Bouncing Bandit. That's a game that I'll be doing a video on later, and you'll have my opinions on that in a bit. Sony mobile camera. Okay, this is a kind of a remote. This would just be a circle, and you would control your camera. I'm not going to mess with that right now because I'm using my camera. But it is kind of weird that it doesn't have a proper title and not a proper icon. They need to fix that. Not just mine. Other people have gotten that. Endomoto. That's a very good running, pretty much activity app. It'll keep track of how fast you are, how long you've gone, all that stuff. And it's good to keep track of it, especially if you're keeping your health in mind and that sort of activity. Find My Phone. I don't use that. Google Fit it also keeps track of your stuff. A lot of these things just keep track of your health. Flashlight, I haven't had a reason to use that. Google, it works. You will search something. You'll find something, but then to get more information, you'll have to go to your phone. Hangouts, that's talking messaging app. Well, you would talk to send a message. Maps, because it does have a GPS. Music, we covered. Settings, same thing. Skype, kind of a messaging type thing. Smart camera is like if you're here, you can't see what's going on in your video and you can't quite tell. With this, it displays your camera onto your watch. It's laggy and it's not super great, but it technically gets the job done and you can take pictures with it. I don't think you can do video. I might be wrong, but it's, I guess, serviceable for what it does. Spotify basically controls Spotify on your phone. You can skip, up, down, pause, stuff like that. It's really cool to have if your phone is plugged into something or you just can't be holding it all the time. You can have it so that when you walk into the room, play. When you leave, wait, pause. This is a good song. Okay. Stopwatch, I have not used the stopwatch. Timer, same deal, I haven't used it. Together is if you have a friend who also has a smartwatch. So right now I have not used it. Alright. Translate, I haven't used it, but I imagine it's pretty much Google Translate to a T. Not much to be said about that. VideoTube. VideoTube is actually a really cool one because it lets you watch YouTube videos on your watch. You have to pay for an upgraded version, but for the free version, you can still search videos, and that's pretty cool. I've been able to watch some videos. It doesn't look great, and it's widescreen, so then you're kind of blackbarred, which kind of sucks, but it makes sense for the device that you're using it on. And then weather is weather, and it's always nice to have weather notifications. As for my watch face, right now I'm using Star Wars. It's the month for it, and it's easy to accessorize because right here you see that it's green. That's because that's the light side. And I can just change that to dark side when I'm using my black wristband. Or, because the accent is black, I can use droids, which is blue. And to get this, you just need to install the Star Wars app on your phone. This is the one I've been using. I don't know if I'd call this my favorite, but I think my actual favorite, just because I'm just like this, I like stock. So I would almost go for the digital one. And you can see here I had edited the color for the black watch. Or for the black watch band. For this one, oops. I like to use yellow, because I feel the accents goes well with the watch. Top of that, I think my second favorite that I've used is active. I think it's active. Yeah, it's most likely this one. Yeah, I think this is one that I've also liked because it shows your steps, the week. Although, with so many apps that tell you the steps anyway, I don't use it that often. So I'm usually between Star Wars and this one. At the end of the day, would I suggest the Sony SmartWatch 3 to your average Joe? I would say no. I don't think the average person has too many uses for a smartwatch. It is pretty niche, but I would recommend it under a few conditions. One, you get it for about $100, which it has gone for $100. It's like used, refurbished, which isn't too bad. Second one, keep in mind that you get one watch band by default, then you have to pay for others. And the Sony SmartWatch 3 isn't something as big as like the Apple Watch, so third parties aren't making these watch bands by the dozen. You're pretty much stuck to what Sony has to offer, which, if you check their websites, is sizable, I guess. 5 or 6 different bands. You just can't find them anywhere. You can find like them with the watches when you buy them new from like eBay. Otherwise, again, eBay, you can find the different watch bands such as white, pink, lime, and black. But it's going to cost you $60. Although there is one guy online who is selling like this main unit that'll house the smartwatch, and then you can add any watch band you want. I can't speak to how well it fits with the watch or how good the materials are, how well it keeps up. I can't, because I don't know yet. I will try to find out. Maybe I'll buy one, try it out with a watch band. If that works, that's perfect, you know? That would be ideal. And then I wouldn't necessarily stop using these, but I would definitely be able to have other options. The third thing is to realize that the smartwatch does not replace your smartphone. I had a friend who saw that I had a smartwatch. He's like, "Oh, do you still have a phone though?" Yes, because This does not replace the smartphone. There's no SIM card, there's nothing like that. Instead, it allows for ways to use your smartphone without having to take your smartphone out. It's an extension of your smartphone. You can message with it, you can make calls with it. Well, somewhat. You can make the calls, but to hear, you need either a Bluetooth headset or have your phone on speaker, or I guess be using your phone. You can send texts with this, view and send them, and that works pretty well. As far as being an extension for the phone, it's getting there. There's a lot of things it does well. There's some things you tend to wish it did better, but it is a growing platform, and maybe in the future it'll get there. Right now it's not quite there. So for $100, that seems to be about the right price. Anything over that, you're going to want to be an enthusiast. You're going to want to be a guy who likes this sort of technology that's just starting out. Or you just want to look cool, I guess. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.